Hi, welcome to Toolin' Around. In this episode, I'll be talking about 3 motovloggers I admire. 2 that are having kind of a hard time, but are still managing to hold on to their dreams. And 1 that's just so darn honest. And I'll be reminding you about a bikini bike wash happening tomorrow. Stay tuned.
Matt Tucker rented a piece of paradise.
It's as beautiful as they say. Hey.
Hi.
Just moved into 13B.
13B?
With many dark secrets. From the creators of In Paradise, Bad Still Happens.
You gotta get out of here.
Comes Hawaii's ultimate renter's coverage. For you, your stuff, and your car. First Select Portfolio from First Insurance. Call your independent agent or visit fico.com/rent.
Welcome back. My name's Andy Bumatai, and today is May 19th, 2017. Now, before I talk about the 3 motovloggers, I would like to draw your attention to a couple things. First, you'll notice that crawl happening on the bottom of the screen. No, it's not the latest coming out of Washington. Those are motorcycle events happening here in Hawaii. And I want to draw your attention to one in particular because it happens tomorrow. The Unknown Soldiers MC are putting on a car bike wash at Cycle City from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And this is to benefit the Waianae homeless shelter located on the west side of Oahu, the island we're on here. Now, you'll notice from the footage that the young ladies doing the washing can only afford the minimum amount of clothes. So sad. So if you can find it in your heart to be at Cycle City tomorrow between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., it would be greatly appreciated. The second thing is, in the last episode of Toolin' Around, I mentioned that my bike is down and I won't be riding. And someone asked, well, what happened to that fat boy that was provided by the Harley-Davidson Dealership Association? Well, I talked about that in a motovlog a while ago, but here's a quick recap.
It looks like I'm going to have to get used to riding this thing because the spokesperson deal I had with Harley-Davidson, where they lend me the 2016 Fat Boy I was riding, is over. Harley-Davidson National made some changes to their marketing strategy and all that, which affected all the dealerships across the United States, including Hawaii, and guess what? They're rethinking things, which is how ad agencies say, you're fired.
I want everyone to know that the Harley-Davidson Dealership Association and I are still friends. In fact, we're working on doing something together in the future. We'll see what happens. On to the motovloggers. The first I'd like to talk about is my friend Tyler. I say my friend because I shipped my motorcycle from Hawaii to San Diego, California in 2015 and rode it to St. George, Utah, where Tyler lives. And in that interview, he talked about how he had turned his back on a master's degree in education and a teaching job to follow his passion to be a motovlogger. And it went well for him for a couple years. And then he had a medical issue that took him out of the saddle for about 6 months. And in the video, I'll show you a little clip of, he didn't, give up the ship. Damn bikers. What he did was he expanded his dream. What? Take a look at this. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I've got something really cool planned, and it's something that will keep everything afloat if this, Bumptato 2.0 is going to be a big one, another big one. Or if, say, I got injured down the road, or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't want to have a risky lifestyle. My lifestyle is already risky enough. If I can't make content then I'm hosed. And for almost 6 months, I haven't been able to make much content. I'm actually gonna turn around and just cruise on back, because I am actually in a lot of pain. There's no doubt about it. I am bleeding right now. But hey, I'm bleeding with a smile on my face. But let's say something bad happened, big injury, or more surgeries on this thing or whatever. I've kind of got a little bit of a backup plan, and this sounds weird, and I know it's weird. But we've fully committed. That's why we've moved already. It's the shift down, Tyler. Come on, it's called the Moto Mansion. Basically a bed and breakfast, although I call it a bed and breakfast. For people to come down, enjoy southern Utah. I might be able to take people on tours. I might be able to rent out my legendary motorcycles and let you get a feel for what you like the best.
The Moto Mansion. I love that. In fact, next month, I'll be within striking distance of St. George on a Harley-Davidson and intend to check it out. You've been warned, Tyler. Now, the next motovlogger I'd like to talk about is Shadetree Surgeon. Now, here's a guy I've been following for years, and unless you're the type who doesn't mind the language a trucker might use changing a flat on an 18-wheeler in the rain, maybe this isn't the channel for you. But if you like brutal honesty, Shadetree Surgeon is your man. Now, he's had some issues with his mother-in-law, had to move her into the house, and he's been very candid about its effect on his channel. Here's a truncated, family-friendly version of his last motovlog. Check it out.
I've also always said that if the time came that I couldn't do it by myself anymore, that I wouldn't be too proud to ask for help. So here we are, and trust me, it ain't easy, but I'm asking for help. And my goal is to create a space where new, future, and veteran riders can all come together. A place without cliques, a place without judgment, just a place where everyone is welcome. I want to take the entire concept of the Shadetree Surgeon channel and make it a brick and mortar reality. What I'm thinking of is hardly a new concept. The whole idea of a communal motorcycle garage where anybody can pull their bike in and have a space to work on it, it's been done. But not quite on the level that I'm envisioning it as. I want to have a motocross track on site. I want to have an enduro cross obstacle course on site. I want to have a patch of concrete large enough to have a stunt lot, a place for people to practice safely and legally. I want to do on-site MSF courses, and I want to do advanced rider training on course, I know it sounds stupid, but I want to build a utopia for motorcycles. And trust me, I'm actually pretty embarrassed at how much this just sounds like a child's daydream, And it's actually pretty scary to even think about attempting something on this scale. And don't get confused, I certainly don't think I'm going to pay for something like this with Patreon. But I do believe that with your help, I could grow the Shadetree Surgeon channel and other brands I plan on launching off of it. I could grow these things large enough to build this dream. I'm not trying to get rich, and don't get me wrong, I like money as much as the next guy, but this isn't about that.
So are you starting to see the theme here? Here we have Everide and Shadetree Surgeon, both faced with huge problems, and what do? Expand their dream. I just find that so inspirational. Good luck to you guys. Now, the last motovlogger I'd like to talk about is Matt Laidlaw. Now, he's the grandson of the founder of Laidlaw Harley-Davidson in Los Angeles, California. And he does reviews on different Harley-Davidsons. And what gets me is he's always so honest. If there's something he doesn't like about it, he just says it. Check this out.
And cosmetics is just an opinion, but in my opinion, the lowrider ass looks better than this bike. And maybe that kind of is a good segue into the cons of this motorcycle, and that is, I would say that the Fat Bob is definitely an acquired taste as far as the cosmetics. I think I've written 3 letters to the Harley-Davidson Motor Company just telling them some cosmetic things to change on this bike, and it would be a lot better selling bike. Of course, I'm kind of a nobody, and they don't listen to me. And I mentioned this before, the look on this bike is just not a trendy look. And you know, we're just east of downtown LA, and Southern California is pretty much a hotbed for, you know, styling and motorcycles and emerging trends and stuff like that. And so everyone is, you know, really sensitive to the style. And let's face it, people buy Harley-Davidsons because of the style and the way they look and the cosmetics, you know, among other things. But that's something that hands down Harley does better than anybody, is the styling and the look and the craftsmanship of the motorcycle. So, you know, if you're somebody who, you know, is going to show up, you know, with their 5 other buddies that ride on Dynas, and you're going to show up and you're the one guy that is on a Fat Bob, you're probably going to get on the blunt end of a few jokes here and there, just because, you know, they're not trendy, they're not what's cool. But if you're a guy that doesn't care about what other people think, and you know, your bike is your bike, and you want to be a little bit different as far as styling goes, and you have the confidence to just like it because you know what you got, and you don't really care what other people say, then I'd say you'd get the Fat Bob.
I mean, when's the last time you heard someone do a review who is the family in the dealership say things like, this thing hardly sells, and you know, it's probably because of these reasons, and what? Makes you want to check out that Fat Bob. Anyway, good job, Matt, and I'll be watching more. So there you have it. Everide, Shadetree Surgeon, and Matt Laidlaw. Go check them out again. Their links will be in the description below. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.